Hey guys, welcome back. BDC Care here, and today we're back with a play video. We're going to be showcasing the new game mode breakthrough with both bronze and gold characters.
Right, so we're finally able to get through after a lot of crashing with the in the first few hours of the update. It seems like it's settled down, although it's still crashing a bit.
At least we hope it settled down.
Yeah, before, instead of crashing like right at the beginning or after the first fight, now we're getting intermittent crashes maybe at the end of the last fight.
Yeah, which is definitely a lot better, but I guess in a way it's worse if you put more time into it.
Yeah, alright, so the idea of breakthrough is, I mean, without playing it for the first time, it's hard to know exactly what to expect. But it's going to be a set of 3 fights. It costs you all your energy bars. And at the end of it, the whole point of the grinding and the reward is so that you can break through the limits of Elite 7 and level 50.
I think this is cool. It's an interesting idea. I'm not sure how great it is actually for the players. I think it's kind of fun as an idea to be able to get more powerful versions of the same guys, the same way that Augmentic was, but I think it's a lot of work, and the way that they put kind of an arbitrary limit on how fast you could progress it is also kind of frustrating.
What I actually find the worst right now is the uncertainty, because up until now, there's not a lot of reason, except for grinding the challenge, that I actually want to promote my bronzes, for example, higher than they are, because the matchup scale.
Yeah, so if you're just more likely to be getting the kind of slightly higher tier gold characters, because when you're maxed out bronze, you're already facing like low golds, right?
Right. So I'm trying to decide. I'm struggling with whether to stick in guys that I don't really use a lot,
or guys that you only exclusively use a ton.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, and I think when you're a gold character, it's an easy decision.
Right, because even, unless we're talking about Survivor, it'll scale even higher. In MP, you'll get better matchups. Actually, unless you're facing a lot of hackers who've maxed out their guys, and it's just going to put you in that bracket a lot faster.
Yeah.
So I think what I'm ultimately going to do is maybe unlock a lot of it for these guys, but not promote them yet, and wait and see.
Yeah, that's a good idea, too.
So you saw it from the stats. These guys are really scaled down. I mean, considering... I think they're fixed in terms of the amount, from what I've seen, but they're fixed at a really low level, so it's a fair fight for our bronze guys, who are pretty stacked as far as gear goes.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting that they're making an effort to, like, theme them. Like, this team is obviously Suicide Squad theme.
Yeah.
Like, pretty obviously. So it's a little bit more of that kind of personal touch, as opposed to just a little bit more randomness.
Yeah.
Which I like.
If only all the fights were that easy. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I mean, sometimes you do want a challenge. Right now, when there's a new shiny toy, I just want to get to the
toy. For unlockables, I think a lot of the actual advantage of having a challenge kind of gets thrown out the window, because you really just want to unlock
so much for a theme, just more aggravation. So these are guys they're going to suck up your power, or suck up your health, I mean. So Raven, what you want to do is not trigger the passive, and that means... I mean, our main guys for attack are going to be Nightwing and Flash, so we'll let Green Lantern, if we can, do the swap, or maybe just hit hard enough so that we bypass it. And Earth 2 Solomon Gray is going to be hard, which is why it's good to have a team with 2 guys that are your offensive guys, because in case he disables the gear on one of them, then you don't want to have a really long fight. Yeah, gotta be careful. Alright, reverse flash. So maybe we'll just burn through his,
regens?
Yeah, that's probably a more efficient and faster way than to try to do basic damage, because we're just not... I mean, we're stronger than they are, but we just aren't doing enough damage to make it worth it. See, there you go. He's disabled here. Look how little damage he's doing now.
Still not awful, just not... good the same way.
Oh, and there we go. All his cellular regens are done.
But that was also a glitched one where he healed more than he should have.
Oh yeah, but we know that. All right, so actually, for those of you who don't know, if a special finishes as reverse flash tags in, he doesn't just cellular regen back to where he was. He cellular regens all the way back to full health,
which is kind of crap.
Perfect. All right, special 3. We'll bypass your health swap, and then we can have relatively strong guys coming in against Ares. And the model is actually Insurgency Ares, which has been in the code of the game for a long time, just not finished.
Which is kind of interesting.
And it probably doesn't matter, but I am really tempted to health boost the Flash just because he's. I don't want to really take a chance that we're wasting our time. I guess it's not a lot of time, but grinding for nothing.
Yeah, and I wonder if this Ares was only actually ever introduced as of like a boss type character. It seems, I don't know, weird to me the way that they've done this.
Mm-hmm. All right, so there's a funny mechanic in the last fight where every once in a while, independent of his specials, he does just a rage move, and yeah, if you're not good at the slider, which I'm not good at, then there's a chance to just instant KO. But you gotta get right in the white spot. It's a big white spot, but it shrinks each time.
So it's a totally instant KO otherwise?
Yeah. Here, let's show you. Failed. Yeah, done. So that's why having a second offensive guy is so useful and necessary.
That is an interesting mechanic.
And you notice this is basically like single player mode as far as power generation, right? In Survivor, it is more like MP where the attacker does more damage. Or sorry, the attacker gets more energy. Not energy, power. And in this, it's the person who gets hit that gets more power. So it's just something to keep in mind because he's going to be, if you're actually hitting him successfully, he's going to be generating more power than you are.
Uh-oh. That was a bad time to swap in, huh?
Well, no, actually, to me it was the best because he's not a great offensive. Green Lantern was geared for Fourth World, more just as a tank because, you know, not knowing exactly what to expect. So that was better because if Flash had been knocked out, I would have had, would have been kicking him in the shins.
I guess that's true. Yeah, so I think Rage is an interesting kind of balancing mechanic.
Alright, so here's where I'm torn. Who do I stick in? I mean, I love using Bronze Flash. He's sort of my stalwart for Survivor. And, you know, I think I'm just going to do it.
There we go, I guess. Yeah, anybody who you primarily use for non-scaled stuff is the best, but...
Oh, and if you're going to, just one thing to keep in mind, if you're going to promote them, you still, that doesn't actually promote them. You still need to use up a card or pay for the promotion.
Yeah.
The Flash.
So he has the ability now.
So let's look at another card where it doesn't, see the promote is not there, it just shows extra cards.
Yeah. Yeah, so there we go. We can move right into doing it for gold characters.
Right, so because there was all that trouble with the crashing and now it's fixed, the second event actually came relatively quick, just within a few hours.
Which is good. Good for us.
And technically it's not even gold. Technically it's gold Batmans.
Yeah. It only lets you actually put Batman characters in.
And it crashed once in the middle of the Ares fight already, which you don't have to sit through. It sucked up all our energy, of course.
Yeah, it was right after the rage boost, the rage attack.
Right, so right after rage attack, because I think there's something about me doing a special one, because I've geared Arkham Knight Batman to do a lot of special ones. Yeah, and I'm sticking in Batman for nothing. Insurgency Batman's interesting. He's a fun guy to play with. Not the most powerful, but if you gear him to stun and then do a bunch of damage, it's actually a lot of fun and a bit of a challenge. All right, so here's the same Suicide Squad team. Not particularly strong. It's not like it's scaled up a lot, if at all. I wasn't paying attention to numbers, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be particularly challenging.
Yeah,
with these guys. Yeah, all right. So Arkham Knight Batman is going to be geared for special ones, a lot of splash damage. So start with 1 bar. He could do a super right away, but there's no point. His special one does a huge amount, especially when you use 3 of his Wayne Tech boosts. Well, I guess this would be a good place to link to just how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's just basically hitting in between 2 of the boosts. There's 1, and then in between the other 2, and there you go.
Oh no,
3.
you're cannibalizing our own views.
Ooh,
It's okay.
I hardly ever get the slider. Ooh, twice in a row.
Nice.
Sweet. And see, Deadshot is
not a big deal at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's almost like overkill. Yeah, so same problem. I'm still trying to figure out, do I want to make some of the older guys more relevant? Do I feel like there's going to be enough time to actually promote everybody that we want before the game is over and Justice 2 comes out? I don't know. I'm still.
And I don't know if you could hear that in the background, but it sounds like the police are en route to our location.
Yeah.
for some
Well,
reason
I
or
don't know
another.
how it is wherever you guys are watching, but it's snowing quite a bit. The roads are a bit of a mess. So there were earlier this week there were like 20 something pedestrian accidents overnight.
Yeah.
All right, same problem here. I don't want Arkham Knight Batman to trigger, so I'm gonna just tag him out right away and use somebody else. I mean, he's sort of dead weight, so let's play around with him, see if we can stun her, and then when his basic attack does more damage.
Oh, there we go.
Oh
That's
no,
pretty close.
yeah, but she blocked that. Ooh,
Oh.
all right. So now I don't care about doing special ones. I know he's gonna regen, but now I'm gonna reduce everybody's health to nothing, right? I'm just gonna do it
Yeah.
over and over because of
And
all
then
this
by the
flash damage.
time she swaps back in,
One hit will do her.
yeah, anything will get her.
Yeah, and what we're doing is we're using up all the cellular regens, rinsing them all.
There we go. Any damage will take her out.
Oh, him too. Nice.
Cool. And one
Yeah.
more cellular regen.
And I don't even mind if he takes a damage because they're sort of secondary characters. Really, it's Arkham Knight Batman because once you're fighting Ares, it's just one-on-one, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, technically maybe more, depending on how lucky you're with the slider.
But most of the actual damage she does is with
Yeah.
the slider, not actually by killing you. So it
Yeah.
almost doesn't matter.
And I shouldn't say luck. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of guys with skill, but I think it's that lag that's inconsistent that makes it so hard.
It's luck for us.
Yeah, let's put it that way.
It might be skill for some people, but it's definitely just luck for us.
All right, so Ares now, he is Elite 7, level 50.
It is tantamount to just quantum. There's no way of altering the odds whatsoever. It is just a 50-50 shot. Or whatever the odds happen to be.
I wish it were 50-50.
Yeah.
It's almost like I'm aiming it improperly. All right, so let's do special ones again.
Like you're psyching yourself out.
All right, so this is where it crashed last time because he was in the middle. He's doing a rage, and look, he's just frozen, right? Like nothing's happening. Nice. All right, defended. Does piddling amount of damage. It does some. And now another
There
rage.
we go. He's pretty much dead.
Yeah. Ooh, defended. Nice.
See, 50-50. Hopefully. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, might as well use a special too because we know we don't need it anymore.
There we go.
Okay, so you know what? I think I'm gonna do Arkham Knight Batman and pick him for unlocking or breaking through.
He is pretty good.
He's already. You can see from his stats. He's already maxed out in every other way.
Speaking of, I recently family shared with somebody and I'm going to be able to play Arkham Knight again.
Oh, nice.
I mostly beat the game the first time around, but I guess I was a little bit too cheap and I returned it right at the end of the period.
So for those of you who are you know having trouble, there's hope. It's improved. So clearly the problem with all the crashing was a server side problem, and there's something going on at Warner Brothers. It's a lot better than it was a few hours ago. So if you haven't given it a shot, it's pretty easy. It's a little bit more grinding.
Yeah. So anyways, that was the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Komoda.